24th episode of The Buzz.
As you know, November is the month of Anti-Bullying Week, Self-Care Week, World Kindness Day,
and Movember.
Super important. So this episode is all about health and taking care of ourselves and others.
But first, we need to take a look how our athletes perform at the ISSA tournaments. Let's take a look.
Tell us about your ISSA experience. Where did you go and who did you play against?
The girls' volleyball team went to Madrid, and on the first day we went to explore the city and met our host families, and they were very welcoming and kind.
We played against teams from Turkey, Portugal, and London.
What did you do after winning the game?
After winning the game, we just chilled on the sideline while blasting music while watching the other matches. Yeah, it was kind of chill. I liked it.
What was the highlight of the trip for you?
The highlight of the trip for me in football was when we got third place.
When we went to explore the city during the night with the host family and my friends.
The highlight of the trip for me was singing happy birthday to Mr. Mac on the plane, even though it wasn't his birthday. He felt so embarrassed, and that's why we all laughed.
That was super cool. You play any sports, Beckman? Okay. How about you, Claudia? Shh. My bad. At least we know we have the best armchair athletes.
Hello, we're here to discuss the impacts of bullying. How does bullying in person or online affect the way people think about themselves or others?
Bullying can make you feel very bad about yourself. It can make you feel worthless and that you don't matter to anyone, especially when people point out specific things about you that you can't change maybe. It really makes you feel not heard and like not loved.
I think bullying can also make people exclude themselves from others and from their friends and family.
So bullying can make people lose their confidence and make them start believing in negative things about themselves. And it can also make other people think like badly about them because like they wouldn't want to get involved. They wouldn't want to be the next victim, to the bullying.
The second question is, why do you think some people stay silent or look the other way when they see bullying?
I think some people stay silent or will look the other way because they tend to feel that if they get involved, then they might end up being bullied instead of really fixing the problem, or they'll like make it worse than it already is.
Okay, so question 3 is, how can our school culture help prevent bullying and encourage kindness and respect?
So I think our school, being an international school, already does a pretty good job of embracing diversity and accepting people from many different backgrounds. And that school culture helps prevent bullying and creates people in the future who won't be as against people of certain, like, who are more inclusive.
And I think we can prevent it by doing more workshops in RSHE and trying to look out to help each other.
Yeah, ISSA already does this pretty well, but I feel like a school needs to reward kindness because if like kind acts from students or teachers go unnoticed, it just wouldn't feel as rewarding to whoever did it. So maybe rewarding kindness, rewarding people who call out disrespect would make a better environment.
Question number 4 is, how could our school make it easier and safer for students to report bullying or seek help?
I think what could help is if we can add some private rooms or like a form online that makes it so you're not speaking to everyone so everyone can hear what you're saying, and it's more of a private, like, one-on-one thing, so not everyone is in your business.
I also think it would be important that students know that if they want to report something, that they won't get in trouble or there won't be any drama caused from it, and that actually the school acts upon concerns of bullying.
And I think the school is already doing some of it by having the head of the years work on those stuff. For example, Miss Di Cassola or Mr. Chan and the fellow heads of their.
The fifth and final question is, how does Power for Good, this year's anti-bullying theme, relate to you when it comes to dealing with bullying?
I think that it is relevant to me because I always try to look out for each other as everybody should, and always try to spread kindness through my words and through my actions.
I also feel like that this relates to me because when I feel like people are making comments to each other that they don't realize are hurtful, then I can step in and tell them that it's not okay.
So how this relates to me is that whenever someone's troubled, I usually try and go and speak out to them, like see if they're okay, ask them, because asking is a really powerful thing. You should always ask if someone is okay if you think they're troubled. And I try and look out for people because that's what ISSA instills. It instills a healthy community.
Thank you for listening in on this couch discussion. All you need is peace.
Wise words. Some of us grow hair, some of us grow a character.
That explains your personality.
Then I got a lot of character, right?
At least it looks good in photos. Either way, you're part of Movember.
On a mission.
More wise words as we dive into the Wellness Hive with Mr. Benoit.
Good afternoon, this is the Wellness Hive and I'm here with some of our DP students, some new students, some recurring students. We've got Anya, we've got Jack today, Ren, Erajua and Mariam. And today we're going to be talking about mental health, how to spot it, how to talk about it, initiatives like Movember. We're very excited for the Wellness Hive to be a recurrent segment coming from the DP to the Buzz. And we hope you enjoy this panel and our conversation. I wanted to start with you guys. If you've heard of Movember at all, the initiative, has anyone heard of it?
I know that it's meant to raise awareness for mental health, specifically for men, and what they're going through and basically just their mental state. The Mo part of the Movember resonates with like wearing a moustache to like show you're in support of the movement. Or
We've done it at school a few times with colleagues. Some students have done it, those who want to grow a moustache. And it's to exactly what you're saying, to draw attention on problems that have to do with health, like cancer, for example, but also mental health and looking at the demographics. So I was curious to ask you guys what you think when an initiative is done to draw attention on a specific issue, like mental health, suicidal rate, at a particular time in the year. Should we just be concerned about it in November, or is it a problem that is happening all the year?
I think it's great that they focus on it like one time in the year, because there's a lot of different things that people suffer with, and it's hard to talk about all of them at once. And so if you have this one part of the year that brings awareness to it, it becomes much more easier to talk about it.
I think it's a very good opportunity, but we still need to, deal with those problems throughout the year.
That makes me think, how can we, as a school, international school, approach it, discussing mental health or even health issues or health conditions or anything that in certain culture maybe could not be something so easy to discuss?
I think that it's like we like have like a good start, especially if Movember is supposed to like focus on like specifically like males and like diseases that might like affect them. I think like it's a good start to have more males actually be a part of it, like how Jake and Ren are right now, but make it more aware to other boys, because I feel like they probably don't know as much about it, because I feel like it probably means more if it's coming from someone your age rather than someone that might be like older than you, because you can like relate to them more.
I think that there is a stigma around it, and like obviously people like are not prone to talk about it, but if it does come from like your friends and like your peers who you're actually close with, it'll give you like an idea to talk about it as well, like so you're more like encouraged, I guess.
I think that we could do more talks as we're doing now. So this is a prime example of us actually talking about the issue and spreading awareness. Even like a little bit before this speaking session, I wasn't too sure on what Movember was, but now I've actually got a clear idea. So I would say that talks like this do help. Also, we could plan maybe for speakers to come and actually speak about this topic to students, and even like free like health checks or scanning, you know.
So I was wondering, what is our shared responsibility when it comes to our well-being and other people's well-being, do you think?
So you have to look at everyone in like a different light, as some cultures can be really conservative and they won't show you as much of their emotion. For example, if one person that is very conservative with their emotions stops talking to people or just stops hanging out with their friends, it could be that they're having a hard time, but they're not really showing it to anyone. And I think that it's really the shared responsibility of everyone to help them go through what they're going through and really help them, even though they might not be like showing it that they're going through.
That's it for today. And remember, be brave, be kind, and if your mustache looks like a caterpillar, just tell people it's in training.
This was The Buzz.
Until next time!